I
don't
mean,
want to put words in your mouth.
It depends. I mean, some of the studies indicate that once you get over 6, that's when your likelihood of, for example, divorce increases dramatically. I don't remember the exact numbers on the other studies.
The biggest dip is actually.
I'm going to come back on the
like,
podcast when I'm married for 3 years. I'm going to do it.
Maybe they'll take you seriously.
But the whole point is whenever men have standards, we shame them for having standards. Like if a girl if a girl says like I don't want to date a guy that's short and broke and fat, okay, fine. No, like they're not going to argue with that. But if a guy says I want a girl with a low body count, like we argue for hours and say don't judge.
I would argue with a
Don't-
woman that
No,
said
but
that they wanted
saying,
to
but
not
you're
be
saying,
with
but you're,
someone.
but you're saying like don't judge, and I honestly
I
think
never said anything
you
about
said
that.
You said that earlier. Yes, you did.
I never said that I was gonna judge a guy who wants to be with a girl. Who's only had one partner or wants to be a virgin.
You were saying we shouldn't be so judgmental.
I never said anything judgmental about a man who prefers that.
But we've been talking about body
think-
count for the past 30 minutes.
And I'm okay, but my whole point is that
Like, what did I say that was judgmental?
I said you said something about that we shouldn't be so judgmental.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm addressing, and I'm saying,
Okay.
I don't think it's kind to act like people don't judge you for promiscuity. I don't think that's kind to women. I think it's better to be honest. And the world doesn't owe you understanding. The world will judge you for your decisions. Like you don't get a get out of jail free card. And I think it's dishonest to say that like men don't care about that stuff and there's going to be no consequences, because a lot of you guys have said yourself that there are. Like you've said it out of your mouth.
I want to change the
But-
subject
but
because
you
we
were-
talked about this
I mean,
for a long
I don't
time.
think that I have sat here and said that there aren't consequences.
Okay,
I
don't
think
worry
there
about that.
are.
But you were saying that there's something about value. You were upset that men value this in women, and that you're thinking that men are diminishing women's value to their body count. That's not the case.
No,
It's just
I don't think.
a metric.
I don't think.
Hold
I
on,
don't
let me
think
just finish.
That, though.
Let me finish. It's just a metric by which men look at a potential partner and decide, is this someone I want to have a relationship with? Is this someone I even want to be with?
Yeah.
Justin was talking about buckets, so it's like there's relationship, and there's hookup. So, and a lot of guys will do that. So like a girl who's promiscuous, they might not care so much if you have a high body count if they just want to fuck you. But for a relationship, for long-term commitment, for marriage, it's going to matter much, much more.
No, and I'm understanding of that. And
Uptight
the
ass
person
dudes,
that
bro.
the person that I choose to be with in the future, I hope is understanding that my hypersexuality is something that I embraced during a time in my life, and that I can say goodbye to when I meet that person.
well, that's convenient, isn't it?
But that's I mean, yeah, it's convenient if I'm ready for love, and that's something I want to experience next. But it's not something I'm like fucking
It's not that
like
simple,
earning
though.
for or something.
It's not that simple though, because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. It's
And
not-
maybe
it's
I'll
not-
be alone
if
forever
you've
and you
had-
guys are
if you've
right.
If you've had certain, I don't know what your personal this isn't a personal thing,
No, I'm
but
just
it's
saying.
like if someone's done something for 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, it's going to be harder and harder to quit. So the longer you like engage in certain decisions, it's harder to stop. And we don't even have to make it about like sleeping around. It could be about like if you drink every day for 10 years, it's going to be harder to stop.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
You can get over it.
We have we're on the same page.
I'm not against you on everything. I just
By the way, I don't know if
want to
we-
be heard.
I don't know if we got to go fully around the table as far as body count goes, but or Zoe, did you answer?
No.
Zoe,
I didn't.
body
No.
count?
No, I really don't think it matters. But mine's probably upwards somewhere as 100. And this is my. Let me just like interject a little bit because I've been waiting to talk. This is why I consider myself.
Closer to the mic, please.
This is why I consider myself very middle ground, because at the end of the day, what she said, I agree with something she said. I agree with something she said. I agree with some shit you said. At the
Same.
end of the day, it literally comes down to the reason people are bitching about this dumb stuff is because they're so unhappy and they're projecting, right? They're like, ooh, you're wrong for only sleeping with one man in your life. Ugh, prude. Oh, you're wrong for sleeping with that many people in life. Ooh, whore. If people just minded their freaking business and worried about what truly makes them happy,
If we were just like Barbie,
holy
the world would be a better
crap,
place.
half of this stuff. That's why half of my comments on my TikTok videos are
Barbie's
like,
not
she
even
just
back
ended
there.
all relationship podcasts, because I come down to it from a human experience, right? Like, men are not here to fund your life and make you happy.